So today we need to talk about some very crazy but very important things that have been going on with the Armory lately. Obviously, everyone out there has different thoughts and opinions and ideas about the Armory, whether or not they think things are eventually going to be discontinued, eventually be removed, when that's going to happen, whether or not Armory items are good investments, which Armory items are good investments, all that stuff. But again, the market has been going crazy over the last couple weeks, last couple months, and the Armory's kind of taken a back burner. But there's been a lot of different things happening, changing, and going on with the Armory, kind of in the background, under the radar, that I think people would actually be surprised about, and people definitely need to start focusing about. So we'll be talking about that and much more in this video today. But of course, first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Discord and email are also fine ways to get a hold of me as well. My Discord should be linked down in the description. I like to buy anything and everything for the right price, but of course, as you guys know, we like to get the big deals done around here. So if you have any knives, gloves, expensive skins, if you're looking to sell bulk cases, maybe you want to cash out your entire inventory at once, we can probably get a deal done. I can help you get that done safely, effectively, and efficiently. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. So taking a look at CS ROI, some of the things that stand out to me is, one, this train collection down here being at 57% unboxing ROI, that is very, very concerning. That sucks a lot. Again, those are the new skins. That is a new collection that just got added. And when a new collection or new skins get added, they should in theory have high ROIs. We saw when the Armory first came out, Sport and Field, Overpass, Graphic Design, they all had like 120, 130% ROIs, because those are the new exciting skins that everyone was going for. The prices should be high, like until people start unboxing a lot. And obviously this has been out for, over a month at this point, so the prices are starting to come down or whatever. But the train collection honestly never really had a time period of spiking up that much in value. And I think that's for a couple of reasons. One, none of the skins inside of it are all that crazy. The Long Dong is just not a very cool op. I think it is very, very, very mid. I think it's on a very similar level to the CMYK. And the fact that we got two different collections with two different kind of mid ops that are maybe even competing with each other in some ways is very disappointing. I think honestly the coolest skin in this collection is the Tech 9 Whiteout. And yeah, it's been doing well, but everything else really hasn't been doing that crazy. And it's not like people want to spend all their stars to try and get just the Long Dong that nobody really even cares about. So the ROI has been very bad. But I think another reason why the ROI has been very bad is obviously the Armory in general. I think is, well, also you had the Fever case, which stole a lot of the spotlight, but the Armory in general has maybe gotten a little bit stale. People aren't as interested or excited about it. But also the fact that people don't know if and when skins are ever going to become discontinued from here. So people don't know if it's even worth trying to buy or go for these or whatever. But if one of these collections ever gets discontinued, that'll instantly be a boost to all of the other skins and all the other collections in here. You'll see these ROIs shoot up. I don't know exactly how much, if they're going to skyrocket or go up a little bit or whatever, but like in theory, if we know these collections are eventually going to be discontinued collections, that instantly makes all of the things in the Armory a lot more valuable. So, maybe that's one thing the train collection has going for in the future. And maybe right now is an okay time to try to like buy the dip on, the train collection, the Overpass collection, the Graphic Design collection. I don't really know, but another thing is also the fact that obviously we are expecting that we're going to be getting train souvenirs for the Austin major, for all majors going forward, as long as train remains in a competitive map pool and stuff. So that's another thing to keep in mind as well, why maybe people aren't as excited about the train collection. But the other big thing that I've really noticed, and what's going crazy right now, is the Sport and Field collection skins. Now again, they were down in the dumps around the time that this most recent update came out. This most recent update came out on March 31st of 2025. That's when we got the train collections, when we got the Fever case. Everything kind of dropped because again, people were expecting once new stuff got added that the old stuff would get removed, the OG stuff would get removed, and once it didn't, that really hurt a lot of the prices, that really hurt a lot of the ROI, and it really hurt just people's overall interest in them. Again, not only because the Fever case was so insane, but because why would we keep buying or keep investing in things that are just going to be around forever? The longer they're here, the higher the supplies you're going to get, the lower the price you're going to get, it just all of that stuff. But the Sport and Field collection has actually bounced back. Now, I've always said the Sport and Field collection was my favorite one from this. It was the one that I was going to be investing in the most heavily. It was the one that I'm going to be buying the most, trade-up filler and trade-up skins from and stuff like that. And it's the one that makes the most sense to me because at the end of the day, the M4 Fade is the best skin out of any of these. It has the most hype. It has the most desire, the most demand. And even though I think the AK-47B, the monster, is pretty cool as well and is going to have a lot of demand, again, with the Overpass collection, you have the issue of if we do eventually get Overpass souvenirs, that could hurt some of the demand, it could hurt some of the prices, stuff like that, whatever. But Sport and Field, it's not something you have to worry about. And if and when the Sport and Field collection goes discontinued, I think it's going to absolutely go insane. But we have seen Sport and Field bounce back in a huge way. We can take a look at something like the M4A1S Fade, and we can see that this thing is up 22% in the past month. This thing has been coming back very, very strong. And again, this is at a time where, yeah, a week ago, the market was pumping. A ton of skins were up 25, 50, 100%. But then guess what? They crashed down. I know they're starting to bounce back a little bit right now, but a lot of stuff is kind of back to where it started, maybe up a little bit, maybe down a little bit. I don't know. But in the background, this M4 Fade and a lot of these Sport and Field collections, they've been quietly just climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. You know, this graph doesn't look as chaotic as, you know, look at the blue phosphor. I mean, we can pull up something like that, I guess, real quick. We can pull up like the blue phosphor graph and see that you're going to see some big spikes. You're going to be, you know, this thing went all the way up and then back down. It's crashing, whatever. But this M4 Fade graph looks a lot more consistent, where it's just been gaining and gaining and gaining over time. And if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that now we're kind of in line with where prices have always been. Again, we did see this nice little dip during the time, like early April, when we got these new skins. It dipped down, but prices have rebounded all the way back, and they're even going up a little bit some now. And again, I did tell people that when the Fever Case did drop, it was maybe a good time to start buying some of the Sport and Field collection and the Overpass collection, because it was a dip. It was a dip that didn't really even necessarily make sense, because I am in the party that believes that these will eventually go discontinued. So if you did buy the dip in early April on some Sport and Field stuff, and I know there's definitely a lot of people out there that did, you have made some money. Now we can also take a look at, you know, the other skins in the collection, like the Rainbow Spoon. It's up about the same amount in that time. You have the Glock 18 Axia, which is up a little bit. The trade-up skins don't really seem like they're doing as well. You know, maybe there was a dip in like late April where they're like 9, 8 cents, something like that, but now they're like 12 cents. Not really anything too crazy has happened there, but the most difference we've seen has been in the M4 Fade. Now, obviously, the other collections haven't really bounced back. I was looking at the AK-47B, the Monster. Its price isn't really up in the last month. It's still down a little bit, but maybe that pump for the Overpass collection is coming eventually. Maybe the graphic design collection will see a little bit of that pump as well. But we do have at least some stuff that is profitable. You know, character craft stickers and elemental craft stickers are at least profitable once again. The XM, the Sport and Field, the Charms are holding up okay. The Armory is looking to be in a lot better spot than it was, you know, around a month ago when this new stuff did drop. Now, overall, the Armory is still in a very, very bad spot. The Armory, you know, it's not, in my opinion, not really worth grinding and playing for too much right now. There was a time where the Armory was insane. There was a time where the Armory was a money printer. Now it's not really that great, but at least there are some things doing good. There are some things climbing back. But also the other big thing here, and this is what I was telling a lot of people about, we can take a look at the cases inside the Armory. I've been a big proponent, and I still am in the train of Gallery Case and the Fever Case being insane investments long-term, and even not being horrible investments in the short term. And I've been buying a lot of Gallery and Fever Cases, and all of a sudden, quietly, the Gallery Case is up 23% this month, and that is very, very crazy. Again, I know there's been people who've made some insane gains this month, but I also know there's people that have lost a lot of money this month as well. But if you had been buying Gallery Cases during the dip that didn't necessarily make sense, again, I have Gallery Case buy orders. I think they got as low as like 53 cents on CS Float, something like that. I don't know the exact low prices. Maybe we can see on the graph here real quick. This thing always loads really bad on my computer, but the very bottom down here is 58, but I know it's lower than that. I literally have a completed sales for 57 cents. But again, I have completed sales for the Gallery Case for 57 cents. They're now sitting at about 63 cents, but this is moving around all over the place. I don't know what the peak prices were up here. It was, 64 cents, whatever. But even just going from 53 or 57 to 63, that's like a 10% gain in the couple of weeks since I've got that. But also the Fever Case is climbing as well. Now, again, people got Fever Cases for dirt cheap prices. I don't know. Fever Case got as low as like 63 cents or something like that. And again, that makes no sense to me. The Fever Case is one of the best cases in all of Counter-Strike in the long term. Again, I definitely think the Fever Case will be discontinued at some point. Maybe it'll be a long time, whatever, but there's no way, 3 to 5 years from now, that the Fever Case is going to be worth anywhere near 60 cents or 80 cents or any of these prices. This case is just too dang good. And when you look around at the good cases in CS, if it remains in the Armory forever, obviously the price is going to be constrained to the 80-cent price point or whatever. But if you look around and see the fundamentals and the other case you compare it to, there's nothing like the fever case at these prices, and being able to get the fever case at 80 cents or less, I still think is going to be an absolutely insane investment. Again, this thing in the past 5 days is up 34%. We can see on CS Float, they're about 85 cents right now, but again, I know people got these as low as like 63 cents, something like that. I think my purchases of this were around 69 cents, which again, going from 69 cents to 85 cents in a couple of weeks is some very, very good gains. I would still be investing in fever cases right now, maybe not at 85 cents. Obviously, I'd like to get them at least below 80, but we'll see as they go up and down, whatever. But also, again, the fever case unboxing numbers are so great. They probably, and in theory, the unboxing numbers should be difficult to keep up with, especially if people don't want to keep grinding the Armory and keep redeeming them or whatever. But also, as we do see these fever case prices climbing up all the way up to $1.20 now, they're going to be more and more profitable and make more and more sense to actually grind for and redeem, because then you'll be able to sell them for a profit. So, yeah, I know a lot of people have been focused on the high tier skins and a lot of play skins and stuff like that in the markets right now, but quietly in the background, a lot of the stuff in the Armory is kind of bouncing back, is kind of picking up strong. Gallery case, fever case, sport and field collection, a lot of stuff out there has had a very, very strong last couple of weeks, even though some of the market has been very volatile, even crashing a lot of stuff lately. So I don't know, keep your eye on a lot of this stuff. And again, in long term, I still think sport and field, overpass, fever case, gallery case, I think these are going to be some really, really sick investments for people. It's going to take time. You're going to have to be patient. But I think eventually, hopefully, I think we'll all be able to make some money off this thing. We'll have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.